So, Sonny Gray goes to the Red Sox and Devin Williams has gone to the Mets. Oh no!
Oh my God!
What are your thoughts when facing an opponent?
There is no opponent.
And why is that?
Because the word does not exist.
Good morning, Yankees universe, and welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew this Thursday, December 4th. Like always, I'm your guy Hector, joined by my compañeros this morning. I got the lovely Grace Monroe, and I got the fly guy, the Ace Avenue. And all you Yankee fans, wake up and get your coffee because this is the Yankees off season and the hot stove's on fire. Grace and Ace, how you feeling?
Yeah, I didn't have the privilege to watch the hot stove live like all y'all who live up in New York City. So I'm having to try to piece together little crumbs that Jack Curry left us from last night's broadcast. Y'all will have to fill me in down here in Texas. But I think things are going to really start picking up over the next week or so. And Hector's going to be live on location at the winter meetings, keeping us all abreast to the latest and greatest gossip. Ace, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Cold day over here, but hopefully some things start heating up as the winter meetings approach this weekend. I'm excited for it, and I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
How was your Thanksgiving? I have to ask y'all. How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was good.
Oh,
Good?
amazing. I had so much macaroni and cheese. The arteries are clogged for all the mac and cheese that I had, all the stuffing that I had as well. Shout out to my girlfriend. She made some amazing stuffing, but it was gobble gobble and tummy's full.
Yeah, I still got my fat pants on, so yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of college football happened over this last weekend. If you're into college football, which again, y'all know I'm from the South. We're big about college football down here. So a lot of things have been happening in my life, but the constant thing has been the New York Yankees losing players to the Mets. So when Devin Williams signed, was anybody shocked?
So what you're saying is the leftovers aren't just from Thanksgiving, is what I'm hearing. That's
basically,
what I'm hearing.
yeah, basically. There's leftovers to
Zing!
go around. There's leftovers to go around. You got Juan Soto in Queens. You got Clay Holmes, and now you have Devin Williams, who will now be rocking the orange and blue in Queens. Before we jump into the convo, let's shout out the chat. One of the beautiful chats that are out there right now. My guy Jacob Petruzzi is in the building. Jacob, how are you doing? Our good friend Tina, one of the best moderators that are out there. Tina, good morning. Salute to you. Nathaniel Crenshaw, who admitted that he lied about being a Dodger fan. He is actually a Mariners fan, but he loves the Yankees and Aaron Judge and Derek Jeter on his and his birthday is Saturday. Shout out to you. I'll be in Florida for the winter meetings on Saturday. NY Sports Empire 29 is in the building. My guy Hayden Bayer, Jason Custodio. Yeah, yo, JC. We're gonna have to talk, bro, because I'm gonna need you and Ace while I'm live down there at the winter meeting. Shout out to my guy Jason Custodio in the building. Theo Nosebleed section, how are you doing? Theo Nosebleed actually sent me a message on Turkey Day. Gobble, gobble to you, my guy. I hope you and your family had a blessed one. Sean Browning is in the building. One of the original A1s from day one. Shout out to my guy, Sean Browning, who's here. El Dululu Yankee fan, Los Yankees. And, of course, my guy, Eddie Snaps is in the building. Forever Ghost, mi hermano de la Isla. Shout out to my guy, Brew Crew Sport, my guy, Ben. Listen, if you guys are into, like, any of the sports betting and you guys want some real inside information, make sure you guys go and follow my guy, Brew Crew Sports. And, of course, Armin's Amazon or whatever. AA is in the building. Huh?
No, amazing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a brain fart for a second. I couldn't read the name. Too many A's in it. Shout out to you, AA. But let's get into that conversation. The hot stove happened yesterday, and there's some takeaways. I think the first takeaway is that Cody Bellinger is not going to be a New York Yankee because we got Trent Grisham, and that money is washed up. And the Yankees are penny pinching right now because apparently Hal Steinbrenner needed to let everybody know that he is not one of the richest owners in baseball. He is actually one of the poorest owners that's a billionaire. Make it make sense.
That is not what he said.
It kind of is.
That is not.
Paraphrase.
Feels like it.
Start over. Okay, so I didn't get to watch it. Y'all will have to fill me in, okay? But I think that at this point in the offseason, there's a lot of posturing going on, right? The big dominoes have not started to fall yet, if you want to proverbially, okay? So you can't just go out there and say, we're willing to pay Cody Bellinger whatever he wants, right? I mean, you have to keep some cards close to the vest, so to speak, right? So with that in mind, what did Jack Curry actually reveal last night? Did he say the Yankees are definitely out on XYZ players?
No, he didn't say that
Okay.
that the Yankees were 100% out on
Okay.
Cody Bellinger, but he didn't leave any room for any optimism or confidence that this front owners that the front office will actually bring back Cody Bellinger.
Well, look, Boris be doing Boris things.
That's what he be doing.
And let me remind everybody out there, the last dealing, to my knowledge and my memory, that the New York Yankees had with Scott Boris was last year in the offseason when Boris advised one of his top clients, Garrett Cole, to opt out of his last year of his contract with the Yankees. And then we had the 24-hour tumult that resulted in him saying, JK, psych, never mind, I am taking back my opt-out and I'm going to stay with the Yankees. So let's just say the last dealing we had with Scott Boris did not go the way Scott Boris wanted it to go. I mean, there's a lot going into the negotiations right now.
Yeah, I want to share something real quick. Shout out to Randy Wilkes, who we had on the show, but he shared something on Twitter about last night, Grace. So hopefully this will help you piece the puzzle together. But Randy Wilkins, shout out to Randy Wilkins. He says, my one takeaway from the Hot Stove show is that the Yankees are being very cautious about what info they are putting out there. You can take that however you would like, but they're clearly not sharing much. And I gotta agree with him. I my man pots and pans. I have to agree with him. That was the one takeaway that I can say that I got from watching the highlights, because I wasn't able to watch it full. Your boy was working last night. I was at the New York City Comedy Club.
Yeah, working. Yeah,
I was working at the New York City Comedy Club. You know, I got just name dropped. You know, you see names dropping. You know,
you're like Hal Steinbrenner. I hardly made any money last year.
Yeah, you know. Jacob, I appreciate you. I'll bring it up on the screen right now. Shout out to my guy Jacob Petruzzi, one of the best moderators that are out there. Go ahead, Ace. I'll let you chime in while I pick this up. I'll get this in.
Yeah, I agree with Grace. It's going to be a lot of posturing, you know, a lot of grandstanding. There's not going to really be. This weekend is where I think things will heat up, because if you look at the Yankees track record, the winter meetings is where they usually tend to get shit done. You know, we got the Garrett Cole deal done. The Soto stuff happened. You usually get like the Aaron Judge stuff that was happening when he re-signed with us. Like, things tend to heat up right about now. A lot of people are saying that they expect Imai to get signed this winter meetings, which is the big piece. The Yankees said nothing about him, which I think is all part of the strategy. Why would you want to play out disclose your hand out there? So I think it's all part of just the nature of it. You're going to have a bunch of mouthpieces out there that are going to try for something, that are going to try to relay some sort of information out there. But it just goes to show you that Jack Curry and them just aren't really, they may be interpreters for the Yankees, but they're not telling them any type of strategy.
Yeah. 100%. Shout out to Jacob Petruzzi, who just sent me the DM. While other shooters are currently in the mix, Cody Bellinger remains the Yankees' #1 target, and the club is making a big effort to bring him back, according to John Heyman. Well, I hope that report is true, because I think Yankee fans will be bummed out if Cody Bellinger was a one and done, and we didn't bring anybody in to replace him.
I agree. I think it would be a bummer unless they get Kyle Tucker or something crazy, you know. I mean, then it would be like, oh no, yay! I mean, like just like 2 seconds, and then everyone would rebound. Not me though. I only want Cody. Not that I don't want Kyle. Kyle's cool or whatever, but I'm a number one Cody girl. But yeah, I mean, listen, until the dominoes start falling, I don't think it's time to panic yet. The Yankees can say this, that, and the other, but they have shown year over year that they are willing to spend money. It might not be as much as we want. We want them to buy everyone, but they do show with their actions that they are willing to spend money to make the team better. And so we just have to, unfortunately, wait and see.
This is shout out to Blaze in the chat. He shared something from Bobby Malone. I'm trying to piece this together, but he says from ESPN, trades teams should make. The Miami Marlins should trade Edward Cabrera to the New York Yankees for Jason Dominguez. Now, I know that's not something that Grace wants to hear, especially this early in the daytime. So we don't need that. No Jason Dominguez slander. But when you look at the moves that the Yankees could potentially make, I'm going to kick it over to you, Ace, and then throw it over to Grace. To you, outside of Cody Bellinger, what's priority number one?
I was big in the offseason. Like, as soon as the offseason started, I thought Cody Bellinger should be priority number one. But as time is going on, ultimately it's going to come down to this. Cody Bellinger or Kyle Tucker, right? Which do you prefer the Yankees to have? The worst case scenario is they don't get either. But best case scenario is you end up with one of these guys. What we're hearing is there's a gap in the conversation. A lot of people are saying could be a gap in the years. If we're talking about Cody Bellinger for 4 or less years, I'm all for Cody Bellinger. But if we're talking about 4 or more, I'm more leaning, you might as well just go Kyle Tucker at that point. So those two guys have got to be the priority. But actually, priority number one to me, honestly, at this point, because it's probably going to hit first, should be Imai. The Yankees do need another starter. Another starter would solidify this rotation as one of the best, especially when you get guys like Carlos Rodon and Garrett Cole back, and then also guys like Clark Schmidt to add some depth. But I do think the Yankees need another frontline starter. Go out there and get yourself a guy like Imai for multiple reasons. It helps you on the field and off the field. And you can go ahead and attack that Japanese market. I think that should be priority number one. Because I think Bellinger and Tucker will probably happen after the winter meetings. Could be wrong, but I think ultimately that's what will happen. But Bellinger is a guy that a lot of people, including myself, think is a good fit for the New York Yankees. Plays everywhere in the outfield, also plays first base, but doesn't play enough first base for you to justify that over Kyle Tucker, because I do think Kyle Tucker is the better player. When it comes down to Kyle Tucker versus Cody Bellinger, you're thinking, who is going to be the Robin, the Judge's Batman from this point on? Because it's going to be 5+ years. Who do you want as a solid number 2? That's ultimately what it comes down to, Belly or Tucker.
Great points. Ms. Grace Monroe, floor's yours. What's your thoughts?
Listen, I lean heavily on proven commodities as a New York Yankee, because I've seen players come to New York and not hack it.
You talking about Joey Gallo?
Oh my God, I cannot remember his name right now. Gray. I just said his name. Sonny Gray.
Sonny Gray.
Sonny Gray. Y'all, can I just say a side note? Sonny Gray looks exactly like one of my exes.
Oh God.
And every
Is that
time
a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, and every time I see, plead the fifth, every time I see his face, I'm like, oh my God. Like, can I just please move on with my life without having to see this guy's face? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Hector, I just sent you the stats for Jason. We can bring them up. Y'all, this has me very concerned. Okay. Same. This is what Hector's highlighting right here is Jason Dominguez's current stats in the Winter League. And y'all, we are looking here at, yeah. Can you scroll over to the OPS, Heck?
Yeah, the OPS
568.
Oof.
568.
OPS.
His total slash line, he has a 184 batting average, a 304 on base percentage, He's slugging at 263,
Yeah.
less than his on base percentage, which
Right.
I've never seen that before. For a total OPS of 568, and this is in 11 games, 46 at bats. So this is a nice sample size for Jason Dominguez. And listen, say what you want about Dominican winter ball or just the winter ball in general. If a player is hitting over 400, people are raving. A player hitting how Jason Dominguez has been hitting, that's some concerns if you're the New York Yankees.
It's very concerning. The on base percentage is nice, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, 300 is a respectable on base percentage. I mean, but we've got some concerns here, okay? And it's listen, I love Jason Dominguez. I still believe in him. The thing that I'm holding on to about him is, again, he's so young. He's so young. He's still so young. And I know it feels like we've been saying he's so young for 5 years, but he still is so young. And these are just facts. And it's hard to continue your development when you don't get everyday reps. And so he's had some hiccups in his development. He's still so young. Am I ready to trade him? Like, not for the right, not unless it's for the right player. Okay, because you could still have him develop more and maybe call him up later in the season or even next year. This guy deserves a chance to develop. I believe he is a special athlete, and he still is a special athlete. I'm not ready to pull the trigger and just say, get rid of Jason Dominguez as of today, unless it's for the right player. In that case, I would do it. I would hear it out because I want to win now.
I'm gonna tell you right now in 2 seconds who that right player is, but I want to shout out some folks that are in the chat. Our good friend Erica is in the building. Erica says, "Hey guys, just passing through to hit the like button and say hey." Erica, I hope all is well. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. El Don Sicario is in the building. El Bordy, how are you doing, brother? I hope all is well. Shout out to my guy El Yankee Dave, who is in the building as well, who says Fernando Tatis, and that's the player that I'm packaging every prospect the Yankees have for. That's for me, Fernando Tatis is the difference maker for the New York Yankees. Again, all speculations, all rumors. I have no inside connection with the San Diego Padres because I only work media for the Yankees and cover the Yankees. So I don't know nobody or any of the beat writers that cover the Padres. So this is all speculation. And to me, Fernando Tatis is that difference maker. Fernando Tatis, to me, if you have to put a package or a group of package together for prospects, that's the guy you go and get. But again,
Skeens
I'm living
too.
in a hypothetical.
I do it for Skeens too. Paul
I don't
Skeens, I
think-
ship
I
all
don't-
the asses for.
I agree with you with Paul Skeens, but I don't think we have. I think there's other teams that got to come up with better packages for Paul Skeens.
I
Yeah.
mean,
When it-
Tatis is. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say,
No.
Isn't Tatis being paid? Isn't he on a contract?
He's on a contract, but it's a very team friend. When you look at it, when he first got it, everybody thought, "Oh my God, that's a crazy contract." When you look at it, it's a very team friendly contract. He's literally just making $3 million more than Trent Grisham is making this year when it comes to his AAV. The last 3 years of his deal is he's making $36 million. And in baseball right now, with the market, $36 million is less than what Alex Bregman got.
Okay. So where I'm going with that is perhaps some teams that would be able to put together a competitive trade package would be out on Tatis because of the money, right? So it's going to kind of whittle down, if you want to say, the teams that would be willing to send trade capital and take over the contract. Even though it's friendly to a team like the New York Yankees, there are teams who don't want to, wade out in those waters at all.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's an advantage, right?
Yeah,
For the
and
Tatis situation.
Some folks in the chat are saying, hold on, I just had it right now. Shout out to Chris Perez in the building. CP's in the building. Chris says Imai is likely to sign at the winter meetings. The Yankees got to get it done. And while bringing that up, just to let you guys, I'm flying out Saturday to Orlando to cover the winter meetings. I will be live every day on both YouTube, TikTok, on all the social media platforms. So make sure you guys hit that bell notification. You're going to see my face. And as much as Grace and Ace want to join me, you'll see their face as well. I look forward to the winter meetings. There's other stuff that I want to dive into when it comes to Major League Baseball and everything that's going to happen next week. But for me, I think the Yankees shoring up their starting rotation to me is a priority. Outside of Cody Bellinger, I think the Yankees need to lock down another starting pitcher, because to start the season, both Carlos Rodon and Garrett Cole are not gonna be in the rotation. They're both going to be recovering from injuries. They're both going to start the season on the IL. So to me, I know we got Ryan Yarbrough. Ryan Yarbrough is cute, like him, real solid guy for the Yankees last year. But you got to go out there. You got to get Imai. That's who you got. If you don't bring Sandy to the Bronx, Imai has to be your guy. His makeup, I love his stuff. I love his attitude. That's the guy that should be under every Yankee fan Christmas tree at the end of the winter meetings.
Sandy's the guy I'd also flip Jason Dominguez for. Me personally.
Now that might happen.
Yeah, that actually might happen. But as far as like what Heck was talking about, going back real briefly to the Fernando Tatis stuff, like, think about it. Tatis, doesn't he feel like he's been in the league for so long? Like he's only 26 years old. He's going to be 27 in January. Let me put this in perspective for you. By year's end, meaning when the years at the end and their birthdays have both passed, right? So let's take into account this year. Fernando Tatis is 26. Spencer Jones is 24. And he hasn't even played yet. And we don't even know what he can be. Fernando Tatis is a proven commodity. Yeah. I didn't think it was in the realm of possibility till we had that conversation with Randy Wilkins. You know, you guys can also go back and check that video out. It was such a great conversation. I didn't think it was in the realm of possibility for a guy like Tatis to be moved. But if the Yankees make this type of move, it's an all-in, amps the guys back up, World Series back on caliber type move. And he's a versatile dude as well. I would love to have him here. But like you said, heck, priority number one really needs to be Imai. And I think he's going to be the first domino to fall. After that, I think we could see like Cody Bellinger or possibly Kyle Tucker. One of those guys needs to be a New York Yankee. But with that being said as well, also circling back to Jason Dominguez's conversation, what does that do for JD? I think that pretty much makes him expendable at this point, because we know the New York Yankees, with paying Trent Grisham $22 million, are not sitting his ass on the bench. He is not going to be a fourth outfielder. No. And it's going to be another year at the detriment of this kid. You might as well get rid of him, especially if you still have Spencer Jones. The Yankees are going to, at some point, going to want to see what he's got, because if you push Spencer Jones down the line again, he's going to be 25 years old. And you just keep pushing that development back on him as well. And you're doing the same shit over and over. So flip Jason Dominguez for some solid pitching at this point in time, if you're going to bring back if you're going to bring back Bellinger or bring in Kyle Tucker.
Sean Browning put it in the chat. Didn't Tatis get suspended for PEDs? He did. But you know what I got to say about that, Ace and Grace? You know what I got to say about that? We haven't won in 16 fucking years, all right? If this team had Aroldis Chapman on it, if we had Domingo Germán on this team, Fernando Tatis should not be an issue. I'm sorry.
All that reads to me is one less year of wear and tear. That's all that means to me. PEDs don't make you a better baseball player. I'm sorry. They don't.
Shout out to Eddie Snaps, who just put this in the chat. According to Ken Rosenthal, free agent starting pitcher Tetsai Imai is expected to visit select groups of teams after the winter meetings, prioritizing those willing to commit long-term. And this is per Ken Rosenthal. Yeah, like Yankee Dave put it in the chat, we wouldn't have won that World Series without Alex Rodriguez. And to piggyback of what Ace was saying earlier about Imai, yes, we had Alex Rodriguez go off in 2009. The last time the Yankees won a championship, we had a Japanese man by the name of Hideki Matsui on this roster. Bring us Imai ASAP. My guy Jose Medina is in the building. Jose, how are you doing?
Yeah, Hideki Matsui in 2009 was a freak. Yeah. I don't know if y'all remember, but I mean, for a DH to win World Series MVP, it was crazy. It was crazy. Of course, and then he left us and I cried.
No, he didn't leave us. Brian Cashman thought he was smart and decided, you know what? I'm going to let Hideki Matsui go so I could bring back former Yankee who was always injured, Nick Johnson. I'm sorry, Grace. I always have flashbacks whenever this conversation comes up.
Brian Cashman thought he was smart. That's the quote of the year right there.
Well, I should say, then he went somewhere else. And, it was painful. But yeah, Hideki, man, I'll never forget that World Series. And yet here we are yet again in the year of our Lord 2025. We're still talking about 2009. Like, shame on us. This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing, honestly.
Yeah. If I can, real quick, we got over 55 people in the building watching us collectively. If you guys can, hit that like button. We're sitting at 18 likes on YouTube. We're trying to grow this channel as best as we can. Like I said, during the winter meetings, we will be live every day. And throw some prayers in the chat as well. I was going to go live last week, but then had to take my brother-in-law's dog to the vet. So, send us some positive energy for the doggy in the chat if you guys can.
Yeah, definitely for the doggos. Two more things on the hot stove since we were on that topic as well that kind of stood out to me. Platoon at shortstop between Caballero and Cabrera, which I'm fine with. So don't expect, the big name like Bo Bichette or anybody
Corey
else to come in,
Seager.
which
Corey
I'm fine
Seager.
with.
I told y'all not to hold your breath for that one. Hey, for once I have an angle on a story because I'm the one who's on the ground in Texas. Corey Seager ain't leaving.
There you go, Gracie.
There we go. Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with a Jose Caballero combination with Oswaldo Cabrera. You guys know we love Waldo over here. Sport guy, glue guy for the New York Yankees. I'm cool with that. I just don't want Anthony Volpe to be handed the reins back over. And then also another thing to note when they were interviewing Cam Slittler yesterday, a lot of people were saying incorporating more pitches like the splitter changeup, and I definitely think he was saying he'll definitely be incorporating more of the changeup in his arsenal this year, which is great for a guy that has that power fastball. Because me personally, I still think fastball changeup combination is one of the best combinations in all of baseball.
Listen, I want to say this, right? Regardless of how some Yankee fans feel about this team, was it disappointing to lose the way we lost to the Blue Jays? Yes, absolutely, 100%. I'm not trying to find a silver lining right now or trying to hold water for this organization. But just remember, the New York Yankees, we won 94 games without Garrett Cole in that starting rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Cashman, about Howe, even about Boone. This team still won 94 games without having a Cy Young winner who was a year or two removed from one of his best seasons with the New York Yankees. Let's put that in perspective.
We had an epic summer slump last year, and we still were one game away from winning our division and getting home field advantage, having a bye, all that stuff. One game. Thanks a lot, Devin Williams. Hey, have fun in Queens, fucking loser. By the way, I saw what he posted on Instagram, and what did I tell you, Ace? He said, oh, y'all sure act so sad for people who didn't want me, and it's like, for people who didn't want me. I'm like, yeah, we wanted you for the 8th.
Hold on, I got
Okay,
I got it. I got it right now. Here it is. Go ahead, Ace. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Right there. That's exactly what he said. A bunch of people that didn't want me back in your team, y'all sure mad in the DMs. Look, my thing is
we
this.
wanted you for the 8th inning.
I mean, look, first things first, congratulations to Devin Williams making a bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm always cool with somebody getting their payday. But at the same time, too, man, you acted like a clown, bro. Because, there were a lot of Yankee fans, including myself, that wanted you back. You spent a year and a half getting ridiculed and bullied by Met fans for saying that Pete Alonso broke you, and they were taking so much pride in that with their chest puffed out. Like, we broke Devin Williams, and you went and joined them. If you thought shit was bad here, when go do the stuff that you did over there, and they're gonna kill you even worse.
Bro, they were booing Juan Soto.
Yeah.
The Juan Soto after a month and a half. Juan Soto. And let me tell y'all a little something. Devin Williams, cannot even tie Juan Soto's shoes. Okay? We don't want him anywhere near our 9th inning. But Mets, you know what? Go off.
I was gonna say real quick, to your comment about them booing Juan Soto. Yeah, they did. They also booed Francisco Lindor his first year with the Mets. They also booed Carlos Beltran when he first signed with the New York Mets back in 2005, right? So remember, like, the New York Mets, they have a history of doing this whenever they bring superstars that never live up to their expectations. Everybody want to talk about the Yankee fans being too hard on players. Met fans are just as hard on their players if they're not performing. And your expectation as a fan is warranted to be at a certain degree. If your team brings in a certain type of player, I always feel you got to give them some time to find themselves. When it comes to Devin Williams, I'm going to just say this. Did I want him back? Absolutely, 100%. But I'm not going to forget that the last month and a half or 2 months of the season, he looked like the Devin Williams of years past with the Milwaukee Brewers. At the same time, the Yankees were literally tiptoeing around when they should bring Devin Williams, when they should not bring Devin Williams. They weren't bringing in Devin Williams in any situation with the bases loaded, runners in scoring position. David Bednar was that guy for the Yankees late in the season. The Yankees were patching together outings for Devin Williams according to the analytics, and credit to Devin Williams for coming through in those situations. But I thought it was a lot of smoke and mirrors the last month and a half of Devin Williams and his success. He pitched good for the Yankees in the postseason, but the Yankees, they didn't bring him in into real big time situations in the postseason.
That's a great point, Hector.
I'm not trying to be petty. I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just trying to be realistic with it.
Okay, but I'm being petty. How many times did David Bednar have to come in and get extra outs? Y'all remember? He was pitching like the war machine in the postseason. Extra outs next night. Extra outs next night. 2 innings next night. And we were like, how many times can he do this? We're running out of gas. Y'all, we lost in the postseason. Not because, listen, I know the sexy story is the bats. It wasn't the bats, y'all. Let me tell y'all, go back and watch. If you don't remember, it was the pitching. We were dying. We had no relief pitching. We had, our starters could barely get into the 6th inning in the postseason. Do you remember? It was the pitching, okay? Our offense was number 1 in home runs, number 1 in WRC, like number 1 in okay, hold on. I have all the stats. Let me pick it up.
Go ahead. Grace got the numbers. She got the numbers.
I'm coming back with receipts. Go ahead, Ace.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, I think starting pitching was the main reason we lost in the playoffs. Like, the bullpen got taxed out, but the bullpen wasn't terrible. Like, we thought that was going to be one of our weak spots. It wasn't as terrible as everybody thought it was. But when it comes to Devin Williams, I was a guy that, like Hector was saying, I think people throughout the course of the year was a big overreaction, right? If you, I get it. You blow games. Closers blow games. Some of the best closers were blowing games left and right, especially early on in the beginning of the season. I'm not trying to make an excuse for Devin Williams. I just sat here, watched every game, like when I called the play-by-play, and I said, I refuse to think that this guy just forgot how to pitch, right? Beginning of the season, going against his former team. Then missed 2 weeks for paternity? He went on paternity leave for missed a couple of games. Then came back, struggled, lost his position, got right when Luke Weaver went down, played well towards the end of the season. It was a guy that I definitely wanted to be brought back for a second year. But, I mean, I understand. Am I upset that he's gone? No, absolutely not. I just, once again, I don't understand why these former Yankees want to come on here talking shit, Sonny Gray. You weren't on, fire on the record talking about how much you loved it here. Now you flipping the script to so your other fan base could acquiesce to you. We don't, come on, get out. Why y'all worried about us over here? That's exactly what it's like. Y'all worried about us over here.
It's called Yankee derangement syndrome. It's called, like you said, trying to make yourself look cool for the new fan base that you're going to be performing in front of. And again, when it came to Sonny Gray, did the Yankees organization put him in the right situation to win? No, I'm going to say that. But for Sonny Gray to go on this revenge tour, kind of quote unquote revenge tour, hyping up what's going to be a chaotic when Sonny Gray pitches in Yankee Stadium for the first time as a member of the Red Sox after making those comments. That's going to be cinema. That's going to be hot. And I want to see how Sonny Gray is going to respond.
Yeah, you better back it up. You better back that talk up, because guess what?
Like my guy Don Sicario said, these jabronis haven't learned yet. What player has left the Yankees and has been successful? Listen, say what you want. Juan Soto, he stole 30. He had 30 stolen bases last year. He had 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases. He had a good, solid season for the New York Mets. If the New York Mets had an ace in their rotation, if they had Tariq Skubal, or if they had even Max Fried, they would have won 90 games and would have been in the postseason.
Yeah, like I said, but when it comes to Devin Williams, it doesn't bother me that you went to the Mets. Like, I'm not like, I wanted him back, but I'm not like, oh no, it's another Yankee. You know, what I will tell you what will bother me though, if Cody Bellinger goes to the Mets, because I'm like, what are we doing over here?
That would bother me more.
What are we doing, bro?
That would bother me more. And now, the New York Mets and Steve Cohen, they're going to get ready to go on a spending spree because his casino was just approved. It still has to go through like the New York State whatever the fuck that is. It still has to go through one final stage before it gets fully approved or whatever. But when it comes to the New York Gambling Commission, when it comes to the layout, he's getting every year off rip just from being in that area. He's getting $200-300 million. So that's going towards the payroll for the New York Mets.
Yep.
Let me just say real quick, I got the stats from earlier. So this is at the end of the season. There was a point in the season in May when the Yankees offense was first in every offensive category. Average on-base percentage, slugging, OPS, WRC plus, home runs, and FWAR. We were first in every single category, but at the end of the season, okay, we ended up first in home runs, first in OPS, first in OPS plus, first in WRC plus, second in runs scored, third most in strikeout rate at 26%, and first in slugging. So that's where our offense was at the end of the season. So now what you're talking about is beefing up the pitching and going with the offense effectively what we had last year, minus DJ LeMahieu, minus, what was that guy's name who tortured me? The Mets, the former Met that we ended up DFAing. You remember? You remember him?
Last year?
Yes. I know it's on the tip of your tongue.
No, you're not talking about JD Davis.
Little
that
guy,
was the year before.
No. He was the third baseman at the beginning.
Oh, Pablo Reyes.
Pablo Reyes. Really nice guy. Shout out to
Future
Pablo Reyes.
in the chat. Shout out to Future. He knew exactly who you was talking about.
Thank you, Future. Yeah, minus DJ LeMahieu, minus
Poor
Pablo
Pablo.
Reyes,
Shout out to
minus
Pablo.
Catching strays.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. playing out of position at third. Don't forget, Jazz played half the season at third base before he moved over to second and lit the world on fire and had a 30-30 year. Okay, so we're talking about running back a little slightly better offense, provided that we sign either Kyle Tucker or Cody Bellinger. We have Trent Grisham, we have Aaron Judge, we have all this stuff, and beefing up the pitching. Like, things could be worse.
Shout out my guy Future.
We have to beef up the pitching, though.
No,
we still have to make moves.
The Yankees are not done. The Yankees, I don't even think they actually begun. Because just Trent Grisham signing, accepting the qualifying offer and bringing back Ryan Yarbrough. If that's the offseason we have, Yankee fans are going to be upset. But I do not think that will be the end of. I don't think that will be the end. I think the Yankees have some moves to make. You brought up the Yankees being very quiet when it comes to Imai. And one thing that the Yankees did during the Yamamoto thing, they made them wanting Yamamoto very known. Everybody knew that the Yankees were in on Yamamoto. It's kind of like the saying. Grace, you're gonna like this. It's a saying, right?
Okay,
maybe let me know if you ever heard this in Texas, right?
All right.
Something my grandmother and my mom used to say: never count your chickens before the eggs hatch. And that's kind of what the Yankees were doing during the Yamamoto conversations. They were counting their eggs before the chickens hatch, or counting their chickens before the eggs hatch.
Never count your
But that-
chickens before they hatch.
But that situation felt a little different because, like, we all kind of knew Yamamoto was going there, and he was using the Yankees and Mets to kind of hike the prices up. This situation at least appears different from what we're hearing, though. With, I mean, Imai's camp has come out and said some things, man. Like, now if they're playing us, they're playing us really well this time because they're like, oh, he doesn't want to be a Dodger. He wants to go here and battle these guys. That's great. Now we got to see it happen. But at the same time, too, the money has to be there.
Well, I just want to say this because I was at the winter meetings last year.
Oh, you muted
Your
yourself.
mic cut off. Did you knock a cord out? We can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Heck. Yeah, Hector
All
was
right,
at the
so
winter meetings
go ahead,
last
Grace.
year where I crashed the party. Crashed the party, and Hector and I set up our like lighting and everything in the lobby of this like 5-star hotel, and we're there like
You're back.
live talk. Okay, go ahead, Heck.
No, go ahead, Grace. Go ahead, Grace.
No, that was it. Fond memories of the winter meetings.
No, thank you for holding that. But what I was saying is that I was at the winter meetings last year with Grace Monroe. But I was there when Roki was one of the big targets, was the big fish. And speaking with Roki's agent, Roki Sasaki was going to be a Padre. He was not going to be a Dodger. The Padres fumbled that bag, and at the last second, he decided to sign with the Dodgers because Roki, he wanted to go to a smaller market, and the reason why he chose the Dodgers was because of Yamamoto and Otani, the other Japanese players there, so he could be more comfortable. But if it wasn't for the Padres fumbling the bag, he would have been a Padre last year, not a Dodger.
I mean, maybe the Yankees are learning something from being so outward about wanting Yamamoto. We want Yamamoto. We love Yamamoto. Yamamoto this, Yamamoto that. And he dissed us. And then we did the same thing with Juan Soto. We did the same thing with Roki Sasaki. We did the same thing over and over. We've been getting dissed. Maybe they're saying, you know what? We want you on the low, but don't tell anybody. And if you put my business on Front Street, then we're out the door because we can sign you and then tell everybody how much we love you without getting embarrassed. Maybe they're trying a different way.
Shout out to Hector Juarez in the chat. I'm gonna bring this up and I'm gonna throw it over to you, Ace, and then Grace. Let me know your thoughts on this before I chime in. He says, Hector, how do we pivot if Bellinger goes to the Mets and Tucker ends up choosing the Blue Jays? What player would be a must get if this would happen? Horrible scenario. I don't think anybody wants to live in that timeline. But Ace, my man, what's your thoughts?
There's a difference between what I would do and what the Yankees are going to do. I'm going to tell you exactly what the Yankees are going to do. If this happens, they're going to run out Trent Grisham every day in center field, and then they're going to have a left field battle between Dominguez and Spencer Jones. It's as simple as that. We know the Yankees are going to – that's what's going to happen.
Grace Monroe, as I'm here with my Pikachu chopsticks.
Oh, man. Man, it is not a future that I want to look into. A future where the Yankees don't sign Tucker or Bellinger. That is bleak.
I can live with Brendan Donovan, right? And I'm going to say this. When it comes to Kyle Tucker, he is the better player out of him and Cody Bellinger. What concerns me or what has me a little bit weary is he's predominantly been a right fielder. He's played some left field in his career. And again, he's a better player than the player I'm about to mention. But when we brought over Joey Gallo was a Gold Glove right fielder with the Texas Rangers. And once we put him in left field, he forgot how to play baseball. Again, Kyle Tucker, it is a far more superior baseball player than Joey Gallo, but I'm just worried because Kyle Tucker has never played left field for the majority of his season. He has played it here and there sporadically, but he's been a majority a right fielder for the majority of his career.
That's another reason why I lean to Cody, because I'm tired of playing guys out of position. Can we stop? You're driving me crazy with this. Every year. Y'all remember In the World Series, we ran out that guy, Bird, who never played first base a day in his life. In the World Series, we ran him out there. I'm just tired of this philosophy. I just want to get away from it. I would rather sign somebody to play where they are. Am I crazy for saying this? Am I reaching for the stars here? I would like to play someone in their position. I can't believe this is a controversial take.
Birdie, yeah, Birdie. Yeah. But then he got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Birdie, yeah.
Yeah, John.
Oh, was it the ALCS? Could have been the ALCS.
Yeah. It was the
Anyway.
ALCS, not the World Series. Yeah.
Okay,
Well, the
same
Yankees are
dish.
known for this.
Same shit.
Miguel and Duhar, but this is what we do. The Yankees are known to do this stuff. You know,
I'm tired of this.
Like Eddie Snaps was saying, this is what I would do if you fail
I'm
on.
tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad, Grace. That's too damn bad.
That's too damn bad.
And that's how Steinbrenner and them look at us. They're like, we're tired of y'all not spending. That's too damn bad. We're broke over here. We got to pay for this stadium.
Grace, now I'm making a meme because you just inspired me to make a meme. So I will be sending you and Ace the meme I make. But no,
Go ahead, Ace. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're
Go
good.
ahead.
No, you're good. Quan is a guy I'd go with. I said this a couple shows ago. If you fail on Cody Tucker, if you fail, that's what we're gonna combine them. If you fail on Cody Bellinger and Kyle Tucker, right? Quan would be the move I would go, because last year you were starting to hear rumors about him possibly being moved. Maybe the Guardians are in a situation where if you sell the right pieces away, you can bring in a guy like Quan. That'll also solve your leadoff spot as well. I like Stephen Quan. I really do. I don't think he's better than Cody Bellinger or Kyle Tucker. Definitely not Kyle Tucker, but Quan would be the next move I would go with. But the move that I think the Yankees will ultimately do, if they fail, they already told us. Brian Cashman was out there when he was doing the little homeless thing, when he was doing the sleep overnight. He was basically saying the fallback plan would be Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones. He told us. You better hope these two.
I heard
Look,
Quan to the Dodgers.
yeah, that's where I think Stephen Quan is going to end up at. Listen, I would love
What
Stephen
a
Quan.
nightmare.
He would solve our
rich
leadoff.
getting richer.
The rich getting richer while Hal Steinbrenner is counting pennies. For me, there should not be a scenario where the Yankees don't get either Cody Bellinger or Kyle Tucker. You can have an internal conversation. Who would you rather over the other? But there should be no scenario where the Yankees do not walk away this offseason with one or the other. If the Yankees lose out on both Cody Bellinger and Kyle Tucker, and we go with a platoon of Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones, and maybe we can see what the Yankees can do at the trade deadline, which has been a situation, or which has been the way that Brian Cashman has operated from some years in the past. We needed a third baseman. We didn't address it in the offseason. We waited for the season because maybe DJ LeMahieu can figure it out. He was cut. We got Ryan McMahon. Same thing with Aaron Hicks in the outfield. We went for some years without having a left fielder because we thought Aaron Hicks was going to find it, and he never did. So seeing Brian Cashman go start the season with no left fielder, it'd be a platoon of Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones. As I think about it, it wouldn't be a surprise. It would be the worst case scenario, but it wouldn't be a surprise.
If that's
That
the
irritates me.
case, yeah. If that's the case, then we're looking at starting the season as the 2026 New York Yankees without Garrett Cole, without Anthony Volpe, without a left fielder. We've got Cabrera and Caballero platooning shortstop for the New York Yankees. And we've got two effectively rookies platooning left field for the New York Yankees. I mean, that is unacceptable.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm more intrigued and excited about the possibility of having a platoon of Caballero and Oswaldo at shortstop over the idea of having a platoon of Spencer Jones or Jason Dominguez at left field.
Same.
One or the other.
I'm with you.
But to have
I'm more excited about the shortstop one
Yeah.
than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we have it in left field, it's a failure. I'm looking forward to what happens at shortstop between Cabrera and Caballero.
Yeah, but we know ultimately, like, as soon as Volpe comes back, that's his job, which sucks. It should just be whoever's, because you telling me, what if Cabby's playing better? You know, what the Yankees are going to fall back to usual, oh, we love him as a utility guy, like, because their leash on Anthony Volpe's too long. But I am more excited about that platoon than I am about anything else, because, like, it's about roster building. If you make the proper moves that you have to do now, the trade deadline should be like, if you could be proactive during the offseason, and then during the trade deadline, you fill in holes if something happens during the regular season. Build a good roster before opening day. We see this too many times where we have a bunch of question marks. We got a question mark at first base.
Exactly.
Ben Rice is great. Ben Rice is great, but his defense, we don't know if he's going to take the next step. Is Jazz Chisholm going to be a Yankee all year? We don't know. Is Ryan McMahon's offense going to be there? No, we know the defense is going to be there. Shortstop is a big question mark. Is Trent Grisham? Trent Grisham is annoying the hell out of me, because this move is going to be one that bites us in the ass. If you don't go get Cody Bellinger, people are going to look at it because you tried to be smart and gave Grisham $22 million. The only way to justify, and I was talking to my nephew about this yesterday, in order to justify that $22 million contract that Trent Grisham is getting, he needs to hit 50 home runs in order to justify it. This dude, 30-something home runs last year, I don't think that he can duplicate that success, and he was only getting paid like $6 million last year. So for him to justify it, he's got to hit 50. We got more question marks in left field. The rotation has one or two holes that needs to be filled. Our bullpen needs to be revamped as well. So it's like the Yankees have a lot of work to do, and it's all about Brian Cashman and how it has to pull out the checks, man. Write the checks, dude.
First off, John the Beagle Dad, I am not using a dirty sock. All right, this is a microfiber wipe, you asshole.
I'm not saying that I don't look forward to seeing Caballero and Cabrera platooning shortstop as opposed to Anthony Volpe, whatever. Like, of course. But what I am saying is the 2026 New York Yankees entering into the MLB play season with platoon at first, or question mark at first, question mark at shortstop, question mark at left field, question mark at catcher, question mark at second base, question mark at... That is a failure on behalf of Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner and the entire New York Yankees organization. It cannot happen. They've got to fill these holes. They have got to shore up the pitching. They have got moves to make, and we will stay tuned for the winter meetings, because that's when they need to start.
Yep. Feels like this team should be called the New York Yankees with a fucking question mark at the end, because that's what this team throws out there every year. Like, we just don't know.
Every year.
I just want to be able to have the same roster, like back-to-back years where we just know guys are going to be out there. This is why I would throw top money at Kyle Tucker, because then that's a guy that's going to be with Aaron Judge for the rest of Aaron Judge's career. It's as simple as that. When is the last time Aaron Judge had the same guy, the same like star behind him, like, for multiple years? It hasn't been done. You're not doing justice, and you're doing due diligence for one of the best players to ever play.
You got Giancarlo Stanton when he was at the end of his prime. And you know, when you look at his number, Giancarlo Stanton, he's only had one season with the New York Yankees where he's driven in over 100 RBIs.
Tough. Poor guy
that cannot, and no shade to Giancarlo Stanton because injury and father time, but that cannot be Aaron Judge's Robin for the majority of his career. How about this? This is something that we want people to look up. Try to find this. Name a Yankee that has been in the lineup with Aaron Judge that had back-to-back 100 RBI seasons while Aaron Judge has been a big leaguer. There has been none. There has been none. And when you put that into perspective, that's a failure on the front office. That's a failure in Brian Cashman not giving Aaron Judge that quote-unquote Robin to pair up with. He had it in Juan Soto, and he had one of his best seasons of his career, and we let Juan Soto walk away to Queens.
Yep. But here's a point. Here's something on Giancarlo Stanton. Entering 2026, and it doesn't feel like this, he will officially be a Yankee longer than he's been a Marlin.
Oh my God! And again, no shade to Stanton. I love Giancarlo Stanton. I love him. I love El Bordy. I love him to death.
Yeah,
Me too.
he's been one of our, but it just goes to show you, like, you got these two guys and you haven't done shit to put around them.
Yeah.
Like, that's Cashman in them. Like, you got to put the next. Look at what the Dodgers are doing. Like I said, I'm jealous of the Dodgers. And look at what the Blue Jays are doing. The Blue Jays just came off of a World Series loss in Game 7. So they went out and got themselves a Dylan Cease. Kyle Tucker is reportedly in the building. They're talking about adding him, right? They're trying to build on success. It's like the Yankees aren't. The Yankees are okay with, okay, maybe we'll get in, and then it's a crapshoot from there. They're not doing the necessary moves to win a World Series, and we've seen it. Look at the Dodgers. The Dodgers went out and got Shohei Ohtani. They're building pieces around him, and they're just coming off back to back.
Yeah.
We got to sign either Tucker or Bellinger. Both of them have pros. Both of them have cons, but it must be one or the other. It has to be.
Yeah.
Can we get both?
Yeah,
that would be George Steinbrenner. Can we get both?
Again, one and it's something I pointed out on the last time that we were live. When you look at how the Yankees have operated when it comes to their finances, they have not, since Aaron Judge has been in the big leagues, they have not imported a big time free agent that's a position player. They have not. Name me the last time the Yankees brought in a position player via free agency. They haven't. We traded for Stanton. We traded for Juan Soto. But the Yankees did invest heavily in their starting rotation. We brought in Garrett Cole. We brought in Max Fried. We brought in Carlos Rodon. And I think the Yankees will add another fourth starter this offseason, whether that be Imai or whoever else via free agency. I think it will be Imai.
I do too. I think that they will add pitching. I do believe that they will add pitching. They've shown us this in the recent memory, every offseason, they have added pitching. So hopefully that trend will continue. Although we have other holes that need to be addressed.
Yeah, and when it comes to the Yankees' finances, right? Even if the Yankees were to decide to go in on Kyle Tucker in 2020, in 2028, or in a couple of seasons, you have Giancarlo Stanton money's coming off the book, and you got Garrett Cole's money who's coming off the book. So the Yankees are going to have money that freed up between Giancarlo Stanton and Garrett Cole. That's over $50 million of AAV you can offer someone. So the Yankees are going to be flexible when it comes to their payroll. Then you're going to have Carlos Rodon's contract that's going to be up as well afterwards.
Yep. We're having a great conversation. Make sure everybody hit that like and subscribe. We got almost 100 people collectively in the building. You guys are incredible.
Yes, we're sitting on 27 likes. We have 52 watching us on YouTube. So smack that like button and hit that subscribe button. Like we have been saying, when the winter meetings start, I will be down there starting this Saturday, December 6th. I will be live every day while I'm down there. If you guys can drop a super chat, $1 here, $2 there. Join the membership on the channel as well. It's $3.99 if you do it on your phone. If you do it on your computer, it's just $2.99. We're trying to help you save $1. We don't want the app store getting it. So go on your computer and do it. Help us out. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to my guy Future who was in the building. Froggy Fresh is in the building. Somebody else from the big state down south, it's here. Shout out to Froggy. Even though he's an Astro fan, we still love and admire our guy Froggy. Shout out to you, Ace, for gifting a membership to the chat. I'm gonna do the same thing right now. Go ahead.
I'm ready for winter meetings to start, y'all. I know we didn't have like too much to talk about today, just some rumors and some gossip and some same old opinions you've been hearing. But starting next show, you're going to be seeing some things ramp up. Dominoes are going to start dropping. If not for the Yankees, for other teams, we'll be covering everything and how it affects the Yankees going forward. And then the offseason will be in full swing, and before you know it, will be pitchers and catchers reporting. I mean, the holiday season flies by, so thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, definitely. Who do you guys think the first big domino is going to fall? But like of Tucker and Bellinger, who do you think falls first?
I'm on record for saying I include Pete Alonso in that conversation, and I think Pete Alonso is going to be the first to fall out of those three. Theo Nosebleed section gifted a membership as well. Shout out to Theo Nosebleed section. Appreciate you, Theo, for that. But I think Pete Alonso is going to be the first out of those three to fall, and then afterwards, I think it's going to be Kyle Tucker. I think Kyle Tucker, that's going to be the next one to fall. And I think he's going to wind up with the Blue Jays.
Let's not forget, the last time Cody was a free agent, he barely got anywhere and had to sign a team-friendly deal with the Cubs. Boris dropped the ball yet again with Cody. If I was Cody, I would be like, yo, we're not doing this ring around the rosy we did last time, okay? But hey, who am I? Just some girl talking into her iPad in Texas. But yeah, I mean, I mean, like I said, Boris has failed Cody in the past. So maybe he'll do better, but I don't know. I don't have any delusions of grandeur when it comes to Scott Boras. He's a snake. Oof. And you knew he was a snake when you brought him in. So who knows what'll happen there. Tucker will probably sign first because he's not a Boras client. Boras waits till the last minute. And it's ridiculous.
He tries to milk it, and hate him or love him.
Business move.
It's a business at the end of the day. And Scott Boras is known for being that snake that Grace pointed out. But at the same time, he gets his client majority of the time the most. There's been some players in years past, over the past couple of seasons, that kind of felt the Scott Boras effect, but the opposite way. But I think Pete Alonso will be the first domino to fall, then Kyle Tucker, and then Cody Bellinger.
What about Diaz?
Diaz is interesting because the Dodgers are rumored to be favorites on him, and I know a lot of Met fans that want Diaz back. And if the Mets walk away with just Devin Williams being their closer, because they lost their other setup guy, Helsley, to the Baltimore Orioles. Good looking ace for that. To the Baltimore Orioles. So if the New York Mets, if they walk away this offseason with Devin Williams being their closer, that's a laughable ass offseason. Because like Grace pointed out, it's the same Devin Williams that Met fans was talking shit about last offseason when the Yankees got him to be their closer.
What about Bo Bichette?
He's going back to Toronto.
Maybe he'll be the first to fall. If he's going back to Toronto, I don't see what the holdup is. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. There's always surprises.
Yeah, like I said, I'm interested to see what happens with San Diego and the Padres. Go ahead, Ace. I want to throw it over to you before I got one more topic that I want to touch on. But go ahead.
Let's go ahead. No, let's hit it. I'm ready.
Copy. So for me, this is something that I put out yesterday on Twitter and on TikTok. Baseball's biggest offseason storyline. It's not the free agency. It's the CBA. We are less than 12 months away from the players' collective bargaining agreement expiring. It expires next year, December 1st, 2026. And I feel there's going to be a lockout. For how long? I don't know. Yes, I want to see where the free agents land this offseason, but I'm interested to have conversations with the agents. I'm interested to have conversation with some of the media folks to get their perspective on the lockout. So this video that I dug up, I found a game March 4th, 1995 between the New York Mets and the New York Yankees, where they had replacement players playing. Like somebody in the chat pointed out, they're scabs, all of them. Because I'm somebody that I support labor, I support workers, I support these players. You guys want to talk about that they're overpaid, whatever. I'd rather the payers get paid all the money in the world and not the owners. That's just how I look at it. So this video is of those players that were the replacement players. But if you look right here, they have all their jobs listed. So this guy, John, was a construction worker. So let's go through this video. It's about just 20 seconds long.
Professional baseball, his first pro at bat. Shortstop.
This guy is a Mets scouting assistant, Tom Allison.
You would think that he was the MVP
They go in there, man. Pull the club out.
What happened, Ace? You froze for a little bit.
Oh, am I frozen now? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Oh, the scouting assistant. I'm talking about. They literally pulled him out the organization and said, "Hey, can you play? Go ahead."
This guy, Rich, that's on the screen. It was interesting because I looked him up. He was actually a minor league player, but they're talking about he actually won a fast pitch softball league, and that's why they brought him in
a fast pitch softball league. Glad to hear that Murph was okay. He's working on a master's
teacher
thing, and so
this man drives an ice cream truck.
A very fair thing because if 2 down, runner on his first.
A college student.
We had a guy this year that drove an Uber, so I mean, anything could happen, man.
From
Shout out my man JC.
Yeah, from selling bomb pops to hitting bombs.
Perfect.
Okay.
Basin here is my on.
From selling bomb pops to hitting
But
bombs.
third baseman Riggs wants this one and puts it away. Never.
So that's interesting. I want to ask you guys, what's your thoughts about the impending lockout that would happen? Folks in the chat, let us know as well. Them horns and the BX would be fired, though. Go ahead.
I think that it is absolutely imperative right now for a group of people from the union and a group of people from the owners to begin starting a discourse with possible issues, possible solutions. Let's be heard right now. Don't wait. Don't wait until December 1st. Don't wait until then. Start the open discussions now. If the media could play a role in that, then that would be wonderful as well. Everyone wants to see baseball being played and continue. Let's get ahead of it now and do what we can to have open discussions and open dialogue before the lockout. That's my take on it.
Well,
go ahead, Ace.
I think it's heading there. I think the greed is taking over. It's going to be the billionaires versus the millionaires. It's going to be, and when it does happen, I think it's going to be a boring summer. I mean, obviously, we're not going to have baseball. I just hope that when it does happen, it's going to be a year and not 2, like some people are projecting, because guess what? As far as from a Yankee fan standpoint, Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, Giancarlo Stanton, they're not getting any younger. Their ages just don't freeze during those lockout seasons. We're losing primes of some of the greatest players, my guy Aaron Judge, that we've ever seen. So also Shohei Ohtani as well. It's gonna come down, and shout out to my nephew. That's my nephew in the building. What's good, kid?
Hey, shout out to the nephew. We gotta have him on when we're doing these winter meetings conversations. Nephew, you're more than welcome to come if your uncle ain't tell you. If he's trying to block you out, that's a you and him conversation.
Yeah,
is this the Volpe guy or the Wells guy?
No. I think he likes Wells. He does. Wells was his boy, but not Volpe.
Not anymore.
But
okay.
But yeah, when it comes down to the lockout, though, it's gonna be sad because ultimately you got owners that want a cap. And ultimately, who do I blame for this? I don't blame the top owners for wanting a cap. I blame the bottom of the league for milking off the revenue for so long. If you're top owners, I'm tired of spending. I'm tired of giving these guys money too, and they're not competing. I blame the lower market teams. That's who the blame is on. I'm all for floor. Make a floor. Make these, even if it does give out some bad contracts, at least some of these players are getting paid. It's up to them to give these guys good contracts and make right decisions. Stop penalizing the teams that are willing to spend and willing to try to win. It's as simple as that. But I do think we're ultimately heading for a lockout, and it's gonna suck.
Major League Baseball with their new national TV deal, ESPN kind of screwed them over. If ESPN didn't hold out, the expected TV deal was to go back to the $1.65 billion deal that they had in years past. Now it's with Netflix throwing in $50 million. Then you got ESPN and Disney during the rest. It's going to be $750 to $800 million. So if you take that and you split that by the 30 teams, it's 30 teams in baseball, right? If you divide that, that's about. Hold on, because now the math. Now I look stupid.
You don't look stupid.
Thank you, Grace. I appreciate.
But it's less. Let's just say
it's less. It's less. It's about 30 million for each team. So each team is going to get 30 million off rip just from the national TV deal. That's not including luxury tax, anything like that. So I'm actually working on an article for Latino sports when it comes to covering this. So what people got to understand, the main thing that the owners want, they want a lower luxury tax threshold. They want a salary floor, which requires kind of like a salary cap, and that's something that the players do not want to touch. The owners want to institute an international draft. So something that's different than what we have right now. Now we have, if you save up money, you can use an international signing money, but now they want to incorporate an international draft. They want to adjust revenue sharing across the board for everything when it comes to merchandise, TV deals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And what it is what?
Say that again.
They want to renegotiate the revenue sharing across the board when it comes to the national TV deal, when it comes to merchandise, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, because baseball's not big on revenue sharing. The owners make the money off attendance.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, they're trying to make it more equal, but put out a winning product and it puts asses in seats. It's simple as that, man. Like, I don't understand why it's so hard. Like, especially for an organization like the Pittsburgh Pirates, they're not going to pay Paul Skeens. Like, he's a guy that puts butts in seats. Like, do what you got to do.
And when you look at who's leading the conversations for the players, it's a 38-member executive board, and the main heads are Paul Skeens and Tariq Skubal, because they're going to be getting paid over the next couple of seasons. So they're like the players that are leading the charge, along with Tony Clark and Bruce Meyer, who are like the lead negotiators for the union.
Yeah. And also, it could affect guys that are currently trying to sign, because we don't know what it's going to look like. We don't know what contracts are going to get grandfathered in. So maybe a guy like Trent Grisham took that 1 year to think like, okay, I don't know what it's going to look like. Let me just go ahead and take this.
I don't know. I just know that the economics of Major League Baseball that we have grown to know over the past 20 years are going to change next year. Next year, December 4th, 2026, we're going to be having a different conversation when it comes to the revenue sharing, when it comes to a possible salary cap, when it comes to not even having baseball for the 2026 season, which, knock on wood, is something that I do not want to happen. I want to be able to continue to cover this sport, have these conversations with Grace, Ace, everybody that's in the chat. I just started with Latino sports being able to get media credentials covering the games. I don't want that shit to end. But what I will say is that the issue is, and Grace hit it on the head, is not the owners that are at the top. It's not the Dodgers. It's not the Mets and Steve Cohen. It's not the Blue Jays and the Rogers group. It's not Hal Steinbrenner. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's the Detroit Tigers that are talking about trading Tariq Skubal because they don't want to give him money. When you look at the Dodgers, and everybody complains about the Dodgers ruining baseball, every player that they brought in are players that the former team that they were part of didn't want to play. Shohei Ohtani, he laid out the same contract for the Angels, and they said no. That's why he signed with the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman wanted to return with the Atlanta Braves, but they wanted to go with the younger and cheaper route and Olsen. When you look at Mookie Betts, the Dodgers dumped Mookie Betts because they were trying to get rid of money when it came to David Price and other bad contracts. If it wasn't for owners being cheap in Major League Baseball, the Dodgers would not be the powerhouse that they are right now.
Yeah.
I personally, I'm against the salary cap.
Same.
I think it's bullshit.
Same.
Are the owners willing to cap how much money they are going to make?
No.
Oh,
exactly.
No.
Hell no.
So that y'all stand strong.
Hey,
if y'all have no baseball because you refuse to acquiesce on a salary cap, I will stand behind the players. I'm on the athlete's side. I'm on the players' side. For sure. I want baseball just like we all do. But at the end of the day, I support the players. But however, all that being said, we have a whole season of baseball that's about to get played. We have all this time to start the conversation. Start the channels flowing back and forth. Don't wait until next December. I'm telling y'all, this is the key to limiting the amount of time that you're going to be in the lockout. The lockout is going to happen, but how long is it going to be? Let's start now. Start talking now. I'm begging you.
I think they probably have had conversations. It would be malpractice for them to not, because it's a business. They're going to lose money at the end of the day too. So I would think that they have had some sort of dialogue.
I want to shout out my guy JV and Roro that are in the chat as well. Mikey Caliendo and JV in the building, who says penalize the owners who don't spend, not the owners who do spend. And I think the guiltiest person is somebody who never gets brought up in this conversation. It's the owner of the Chicago White Sox. The owner of the Chicago White Sox, they literally have a deal in place that if the team does it, because the White Sox, they don't own the stadium, they lease it from the city. So they have a deal set up with the city of Chicago. If the White Sox don't have a certain amount of attendance going to the game, they get to keep 100% of profit from the gate. So they're actually
oh my God.
they get paid more if they suck.
Oh my God.
If they don't have a
Because
certain
nobody's
amount of
going to the
attendance, if they don't have a certain amount of attendance or people going through the gate, they get to keep that gate money. They don't have to share the gate money with the city.
And boy, do they suck.
Yeah.
That team is terrible. So we need ultimately smarter organizations. I think the Atlanta Braves are one of the smarter organizations, right? Because it sucks for this player standpoint, but think about it. They offered Ronald Acuna Jr. a contract very early. Very, very early. And he is severely underpaid. Like they do that. The Braves lose players and somehow still manage to put a competitive brand out there. Like that's what you need from these smaller market teams, but they don't do it. Instead, you got Pittsburgh Pirates that are penny pitching. I will never get over the fact what they did with Roddy Tellez. I will always root for Tellez based on them jipping him of $200,000 for 4 more at bats. Like that's the type of stuff that ruins baseball, and no one wants to go play for you. You think Paul Skeens is going to want to re-up with you? Hell no.
No way, Jose. There's talks, and this is something that frustrates me when it comes to the rumor mill. And I think Randy Miller started this with Paul Skeens apparently telling his teammates that he wants to pitch. He wants to pitch for the Yankees. He don't want to pitch for the Pirates. I don't know if that's real or not or whatever. But if you are a fan of the Pittsburgh Pirates, if you are a player in the organization of the Pittsburgh Pirates, if you are a coach of the Pittsburgh Pirates, you're not happy that your main player, your face of your franchise, your ace, does not want to be in part of your organization.
Yeah, exactly. You think people are going to want to buy his jersey knowing that he might not be there in a couple of years? Or the more viable option, they're going to probably trade him in 2 years. What they're going to do is they're going to hold on to him in a year or two and say, oh, we got to get maximum profit back for him. Trade him. Yeah, maximum value back. And then, he'll go somewhere else and he'll re-up. But these owners are just cheap, man. Like winning builds culture. You know what I'm saying? Culture brings in all this revenue and all that stuff, right? Even in New York Yankees, we talk about the Yankees being cheap. The Yankees are lucky that they're not paying Judge what he's worth. Aaron Judge is severely underpaid.
Facts.
Oh my God. And don't forget, he chose that life.
Yep.
And I'm going to say the biggest smack in the face from the Pittsburgh Pirates is what they did with Roberto Clemente. They removed their Roberto Clemente sticker or logo or whatever it was to put an ad.
I thought they put it back.
They put it back after backlash
Outrage.
from fans
and
from just fans across the board in baseball. But there's articles now that are hyping up the Pirates as, oh, maybe the Pirates will have a $70 million payroll. If we're having articles hyping up the Pirates spending $70 million on their payroll, something's wrong with Major League Baseball. Severely wrong with Major League Baseball.
Yeah. And it comes down to the owners not wanting to spend, because Philly, same state, Philly spends. They're a big market. Yeah. Pittsburgh is a cornerstone franchise. The Pittsburgh Pirates have been around forever. Like they should be able to spend. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not sitting here saying Manford should start kicking out some of these owners, because that'll never happen. But you need to start taking a better look at who you're lending this money out, who you're lending these franchises out to. No, because you need to bring in people and it's only better for the game for people to want to pay.
This is going to be next year in Major League Baseball when there's a lockout and we have replacement players on the field. I found this video online. And this is what it's going to be. This is what it's going to be. Hold on, I gotta bring it up on the screen. This is what it's going to be. This is going to be Major League Baseball in 2026, a clown show. Just clowns.
Well, one thing I know is I want to start getting in shape. I'll go ahead. Give me a mil. I'm good. Give me a mil. I'll play for a year.
Listen, I'm working on that
manage the
knuckleball.
shit out of the bullpen.
I trust you better than Aaron Boone, Grace.
Hey, that's not saying that much. Okay. I think that was like a low-key insult.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
No,
I'll be the umpire. I'll be like,
I don't know how. I honestly, like I said earlier, I don't know how to feel. Because I want to be able to cover it down the middle, but it's like I'm going to be upset that we have to deal with scabs, people going against the picket line, people walking through the picket line, because I want to be able to support that person that was never able to make it in the big leagues, right? The person who's a PE teacher or an ice cream truck driver who never got the chance to make it in the big leagues. I want to be able to root for you, but at the same time, I understand the implications when it comes to the labor aspect of it and the owners trying to use you against the actual baseball players. So it's kind of hard for me. It's like being in between a rock and a hard place.
we're going to have a league of their own with all girls wearing skirts, playing baseball.
There's no crying in baseball.
Yeah,
Such
there's
a good
no crying
movie.
in baseball. Yeah.
Well, there's actually a women's professional league that's actually getting started in 2026. I look forward to that. So yeah, I did. It's make sure you guys look it up, Google it. Women's Professional Baseball League 2026. That's going to be exciting. I'd rather watch that than watch the replacement players that are going to be in Yankee uniforms. That's going to be disgusting.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we won't get to that. Hopefully, we won't get to that, y'all.
Don Sicario
Pablo Reyes is going to be going off next year.
Oh, Pablo Reyes is
no.
coming back. Oh, Pablo Reyes is
hell
definitely
no.
coming back.
Pablo catching hella strays today.
Pablo Reyes is gonna come back. Clint Frazier is gonna come back. Greg Bird is gonna come back. Watch.
Joey Gallo's gonna.
Joey Gallo's already coming back as a starting pitcher. As a reliever. So
maybe we can get Jason Dominguez to play versus the Scabs, and maybe he'll hit 200 instead of 100 versus the Winter League.
Hey,
Maybe.
giggity. Maybe we'll see another 2020 season from Anthony Volpe. Hey, who knows?
Anthony Volpe better get himself a wig and pull a Mrs. Doubtfire and join the female league.
Eddie Snaps in the building says, speaking of Boone, today marks the 8th anniversary he officially became the Yankees manager. So before we leave, because we want to wrap it up right now, what's your grade for Aaron Boone? What are you grading Boone in his 8 years with the Yankees?
Oh, God. I know you're not putting me on the spot.
And I want to say this. I had a fucking hairline when we hired him 8 years ago. I don't got no hairline no more. That's what I want to say.
C plus.
That's generous. I'd say about a C.
You thought that was generous?
I'd say about a C because
C.
we can't discount. Like I see someone saying D plus.
Yeah.
We can't discount the years where there were years that the team did overperform. Like this year was bad though, guys. Like this year, this team severely underperformed.
Yeah.
Like in totality because of the Yankee standards. So he's not, went to one World Series in that time. And what did he do in that one World Series? Put in Nestor Cortez to face Freddie Freeman. We can't forget about stuff like that. I can't go higher than a C for Aaron Boone because it's just been like this team that you put out there every year should fall ass backwards into the playoffs with a $300 million payroll. So I can't give Aaron Boone credit for that. But there are years, like I said, where he did overperform and he did get the most out of some players. But this past year was a bad look for me. Yeah.
I have to go with Grace and give him a C plus. Just a solid C plus, but I'm right there with you with everything that you mentioned. You can't forget Nestor Cortez. You can't forget the mismanagement of the bullpen when we had both Chapman and Clay Holmes, because when Clay Holmes first came to the Yankees, he was solid, and the Yankees, he was still mismanaging Clay Holmes back then. Yeah, I would say how he managed Tanaka towards the end of his career. But yeah, I would give him a C plus. C plus.
Yeah.
I can't go higher than that.
He's not the problem. He's a problem. That's what it comes down to. I'm not going to sit here and say Aaron Boone is the problem. So.
Yeah, he's not the main problem with the New York Yankees, but he's not helping the situation. Is what I can say.
If they win one World Series with Aaron Judge and Aaron Boone, we'll be whistling a different tune.
Of course, because
right now,
I'm just so afraid that we're not going to get that one with Judge, and he's going down the Joe DiMaggio category. Like because you
Don Mattingly.
That's what I meant. I don't know why I said Joe. Yeah, Don Mattingly. Aaron Judge is too great to not get one, man. Like we might be talking about. Me and my nephew were having a conversation about this the other day. You guys put Aaron Judge in your top 5 Yankees of all time?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's definitely top 5. But he needs that championship to be in the top 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame.
Again, like I mentioned,
we always have the WBC.
and we can always remember the one year we had Juan Soto. That was pretty cute. This is why I pointed out earlier. It's even crazy for me to even say it. Is while Aaron Judge has been in the big leagues, the Yankees have not had a player that has gone back to back 100 RBIs with Aaron Judge.
Mm-hmm.
That right there is bonkers to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who do you take?
This is tough. Who would you take out of your top 5? That was a conversation we were having.
All right, so this is my top 5. Obviously, Derek Jeter. Bernie Williams is in there. Gotta have Roof, Mantle, and Judge.
I can't say mine.
Why?
I'm too controversial. I can't say it. I'm gonna get roasted.
Now you got to.
I can't do it.
It's going to be Robinson Cano,
Austin Wells.
You know, I saw that he played his last game the other day. Shout out to Robinson Cano.
See, here's the thing when it comes to
love.
Here's the thing when it comes to top 5 Yankee conversations. I acknowledge the greats for everything they did before I got to see them with my own eyes, right? But when it comes to my personal top 5, Jeter, Mariano Rivera, Aaron Judge, you got to put Babe Ruth up there. And then from there, it's like, you got to go Lou to me. But it's hard to just say like.
It's hard because we didn't see them. That's 100 years ago almost.
Yeah.
And the game is so different now, especially the things that we're seeing Aaron Judge do, unprecedented. You might never see that again.
I would have to agree with JV, Jeter, Mariano, Judge, Mantle, Roof. You got to throw in Babe Ruth in there because there's a conspiracy that Babe Ruth is part Dominican. I just want to say that. Baby Ruth, but yeah, it's hard to even put Mantle or even Ruth in there because we weren't around. Yeah. Like when Babe Ruth played, it was like the Great fucking Depression and shit. Yeah. Like fucking alcohol was illegal when Babe Ruth was playing. So
people were riding horses to the stadium.
Yeah, there's segregation going on. You want to talk
about part-time players? He was playing against Joe, who owned a hardware store. That's what he used to be, and they used to play baseball in there. Like Babe was one of the first full-time players because he was getting paid like that.
Also, too, right? Shout out to my guy Pico de Gallo in the building. My guy Anthony Gallo in the building. How you doing? Also, too, when it comes to Babe Ruth, this is something that doesn't get mentioned about him. Babe Ruth was the only baseball player during his time that would play with black baseball players. He would barn hop with the Negro League teams, and he would play. He would hang out in Harlem. He would stay at black hotels. He was the only baseball player at the time. There's a famous story that during the All-Star game, when Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb had to be paired up, Ty Cobb didn't want to stay in the room with Babe Ruth. He called him an N-word and say, "I don't want to be in that room with that big nose N-word." This is from Ty Cobb, somebody who's in the Hall of Fame.
I have not heard a good story about Ty Cobb.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. So Ty Cobb, I got another fucked up story by Ty Cobb, and I'm gonna end it on this. Ty Cobb.
All I'm gonna say is A-Rod's in my group.
Okay, it's fair to put Ty. It's fair. It's fair. I'm gonna save the Ty Cobb story for another day. I'm gonna just save it for another day.
and Cece.
Okay.
That's
Those are
definitely
my
Yankee
boys.
recency bias.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
those
yeah,
are
yeah.
that's who I've seen.
Oh, of course. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's all like we weren't now there are people that come into streams that are like, okay, I've seen these guys play. I can't say that. You know, like all we're going, it's like with Wilt when he scored 100. Like no one saw that. Do we really know? Like the game was just so different back then. Those old school players, I'm not saying they couldn't translate to now, but they weren't facing 90 something mile per hour sliders, dude. They weren't facing 100 mile per hour fastballs like Aaron Judge's. Like we saw that home run that he hit, that big home run that he hit against the Blue Jays. That was a pitch, location, and speed that no one's ever hit for a home run.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Judge, CC, Rivera, Jeter, and A-Rod.
Okay. Do you guys ever think that a time will come where Alex Rodriguez, number 13, will be retired by the Yankees? Do you ever think?
It should be.
I think it should be. I think it should
be. It's blasphemous that it's not, but it's just they don't like him. We know how the Yankees are.
Yankees, he tried to sue them, like so. There's a reason why.
Have y'all been watching the A-Rod documentary, by the way?
No, I put it on the other day. I put it on like 45 seconds, started playing, and my ADHD, I couldn't fucking pay attention. I had to stop it and I had to watch Gary.
Hector, I recorded the first episode. That is not helping.
No, it's not.
I recorded the first episode because I was gonna do a watch along. Like I've been doing for the Welcome to Dairies, but the editing takes so long, and I'm just like I'm burned out. And then with the holidays, I'm like, there's too much going on. But I do gotta watch it. But I know a lot of people have been hitting me up too, my nephew included, like, hey, I've been going back and rewatching the Cap series because of the A-Rod documentary too. And you thought Cashman was an asshole. Now you know.
But yeah, the Captain series was dope, and shout out to Randy Wilkins for putting that together. I remember watching that. I got invited to watch it in Yankee Stadium, so that was dope off rip. But the Cap series was dope, so I do want to invest time to watch the A-Rod series. But I'm like jet lag as fuck coming back from Japan. I don't know. My body is still trying to adjust, so I'm gonna try to make some time and not play Kingdom Hearts because that's what I've been doing at nighttime.
Better food, heck, New York or Japan? Which one was better?
Oh, I miss the food from Japan. Babe.
Yeah.
Ace wants to know better food, New York City or Japan?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, we're live right now too. So.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Got over 90 people in the building.
I know the answer. The answer is Texas.
Ooh.
Oh.
I would say when I came back to New York, the first thing I did, I went to this Dominican restaurant and ordered me rice, chicharrón de pollo,
Good
beans,
for
un tres golpe, mangú, salami, huevo, queso. That's the first thing I did when I came back from Japan. But I love the food when I was out there in Japan. Like there's like there's a place that's like first off, the 7-Elevens in Japan are fucking epic. They're like Shake Shacks. They're top tier. Like they're amazing. Like they're very clean. The food is amazing. The food's fresh. But there's this place called Lawson's and Family Mart that had like chicken nuggets and pre-made food for like $1.50. The prices were amazing. I had a good time in Japan. I ate swell. That's all I'm gonna say. But I did miss my bacon, egg, and cheeses, my chopped cheeses. Shout out my guy JV. Yeah. Bacon, egg, and cheese with a hash brown. End of conversation. 100%. I'm about to go get that after this. I gotta go get me a bacon, egg, and cheese with some home fries.
Y'all, great show. Hopefully, Luz will be picking up soon. Drop a like in the chat, please, and see y'all next time.
Give us a Texas dish, Grace. Like we talking
Texas
about
dish.
Yeah, give us a dish from Texas.
We eat everything. That's why we're all big. You heard that? Everything's bigger in Texas, including our ass. We because we eat everything. We have everything: Tex-Mex, barbecue, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, steaks, We have Thai food. We have Japanese food. We have Chinese food. We have Vietnamese food. We have Polynesian food. We have everything. We have everything. Everything. Every night, I'm overwhelmed with the choices that I have of good fucking food.
Our
here
Chinese food is
in
better.
the great state of Texas.
Our Chinese food is
hell
better.
no.
Well, it's because those pigeons are elite, boy. That pigeon they get in the back.
Oh my
okay,
God.
Ace, don't be a dick.
See, no, but yeah, I mean, there's nothing like beef in Texas. Period. That's on period. Period.
That's what Froggy said. Yeah, Froggy's like
Yeah.
Houston brisket and barbecue is better than any bacon, egg, and cheese.
That's it.
Bro,
That's it.
bro,
It's like
I do
when you're
miss-
in Hawaii and you have a pineapple and you're like off the tree. You're like, oh shit, it's the best pineapple I've ever had. Well, guess what? We got cows in the back. All right,
As long as they're
cows
not
in the
pizza.
back.
Drew in the chat says, the food is fire, but you just got to deal with the racism in Texas.
Well, we're trying to
They'll
do
hate
better.
you, but cook you some steak too, huh?
Not
Here's a
everyone in
plate.
Texas is racist, okay? All right?
Bro, I do.
Right.
Yeah, I got to pop up to New York, man. It's been a minute, man. I got it. Look, Chinese food. I miss the Chinese food. I miss the pizza. I tell people this, like, being from New York, you hold Chinese, pizza, Italian, Spanish food to a different standard, man. You know it, heck.
Yeah, and that's why when you and Grace, you guys make your presence, and you guys come to the city, we're gonna go on a food crawl, and it's gonna be good. We're gonna pass out from food coma, but
I need White Castle
can
first,
I
though,
tell
bro. White
y'all-
Castle's always my first destination. I always set my destination to White Castle whenever I go to New York. That's the first stop.
I can't even deal with the blasphemy I'm hearing right now about a good old-fashioned cheeseburger, and you're talking about White Castle, okay?
White Castle is popular.
But one time I went to New York, and this was a long time ago. I don't even know if this restaurant is still there, but I went to this restaurant called Texas. I think is the name of the restaurant. And I walked in, and I'm like, wow, I'm in New York City. This is just the best thing. Wow, I was shining my spurs. I walk in, and I'm like, there's the menu on the wall. And I'm like, well, I'm from Texas. And they're like, okay, whatever. And I'm like, do y'all have chicken fried steak? And they're like, what? And I'm like,
Huh?
whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
Skrrr! The record scratch. Everybody
Not
stop.
that many places up here that has chicken fried
I'm
steak.
like, you don't have chicken fried steak, and your name is Texas.
That's a country
Y'all.
thing, though.
Get me? Oh no! What? No,
Oh.
chicken
I had
fried
it once.
steak is the best.
Top tier. But guys, let's get ready to wrap it up because I can keep on talking about food. I'm getting hungry right now as we
Facts.
speak. You like this sweater I got from Japan, Grace?
I love it.
It has a dope design in the back. I also have, this is my night light. I got it to work. I got me a night light. This is the dragon from
Oh
Dragon Ball.
yeah.
Yeah, so I got it.
Shenron.
I got
That's
it
cute.
to work. You guys can't see the light because it's too bright out here. But guys,
You know what, Hector? Never lose your whimsy. Never
man,
lose
that's a fact. That's a fact. I got a bunch of little gifts for myself. Yu Yu Hakusho. I got Gohan somewhere. He fell while we were talking. But anywho, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys subscribe to my man Pots and Pans, the Ace Avenue. The link to his channel is in the description of this video. I will be live from Orlando at the MLB winter meeting starting Saturday is when I fly in. So make sure you guys tune in. I'm gonna have a late night conversations, talking winter meetings. Maybe Ace will be there, maybe Grace, but I know my guy Roro JV and my guy Brew will be there in the building. Shout out to the chat, my man Delulu Yankee fan. I appreciate you. The New York Rican says, Hector, if you're in Orlando, let me know so we can link up. I reside in Orlando. Listen, I'm looking for some good
Nice.
Chino, Latino, Puerto Rican food down there. So let me know. Shout out to my guy JV, Eddie Snaps, Chris Perez, Froggy Fresh. I love you, Froggy Fresh. Drew Nasty was in the building. El Riquito was in the building as well. Wellington Sports Radio. Until next time, I'm Hector.
Yours truly, the Ace.
I'm Grace Monroe.
And this is the Yankees
Morning Brew.
and Arriba the Dirt Cheese. We will be back next time.